That single handcuff on Carol's wrist, or the animals roaming the city, or that amber colored liquid, or the woman whose body is covered in tattoos, or whatever Carol sees at the end. How do these pieces shape episode 5? Hi, I am Hamzi and this is Cinemazi. Welcome. Let's dig into the clues. Episode 5 quietly lives under its calm surface and try to pull out what they mean for the story to come. 1. The handcuff, a little object doing big work. The show could have removed that single cuff from Carol's wrist at many points, but it keeps it. That tells you immediately it's not a prop, it's a symbol. The cuff says Carol is not free. She's neither inside the hive nor fully outside it. She's in a limbo. She's not fully attached to the hive's collective mind, but she's not ready to surrender her own memory either. Throughout the episode, Carol keeps trying to share her findings with the other 12 people. She wants to be independent from the hive, yet part of another network. And the cuff's presence underlines that dual desire. The cuff only comes off later, and that timing matters. It comes after she protects Helen's body. The episode links the physical act of mourning to a kind of release. Once Carol starts doing the work of grief, the old tether, the cuff that once bound her to Zoja, finally falls away. 2. From mind to flesh. Why the show shifts its focus. Episode 5 moves attention from collective minds to individual bodies. Minds have been merged, bodies remain unresolved. The show asks, if minds get unified, what happens to bodies? The woman with tattoos appears twice for a reason. Her skin is a map of choices, pain, and history. While memories are merging into the hive, her body still carries a unique archive. In those scenes, the child, the woman, the man, the young, and the old, they are distinguished by their bodies even if their minds are experiencing the same collective state. The hive can turn thoughts into data, but it can't erase the lived history written on its skin. Bodies protest the mental integration. They're the last line of resistance. 3. Animals as an outside epistemology. Humans have been absorbed into the hive's collective. They no longer serve as independent witnesses. So the show turns to animals, dogs, crows, wolves, to reveal what the hive conceals. Dogs rummage through trash and nudge Carol toward the large milk crates. Crows lead her to the powder, the processed form of that amber substance. Wolves point her to the sharpest clue. The hive is harvesting human bodies as raw material. Animals matter because they are embodied beings without the human mental substrate the hive can assimilate. Their body-based behavior creates another kind of knowledge, a natural, non-networked epistemology, and that's precisely why they can guide Carol to truths the hive hides. 4. The amber liquid, honey as a metaphor. What Carol finds has the color and the texture of honey. That's not accidental. Honey narrative functions as the product of collective labor. Worker bees, pollen, a hive, a shared network, a biological hive mind. Pluribus flips that image. The amber liquid is the honey the hive produces, but not from flowers, from humans. Brains, bodies, corpses, memories, actions becomes the pollen the hive gathers. The hive chews them up and produces a concentrated fluid that sustains the collective. Read this as a brutal metaphor. People don't just consume the world anymore. The network consumes people. Bodies become fuel. Memory becomes feedstock. Mind is an input to the system. Corpses are raw material. Once you see the episode through this lens, its otherwise quiet scenes becomes chillingly purposeful. 5. Mourning, work, and the unbinding of ties. Carol's physical labor, breaking the gate, driving into the yard, stacking concrete blocks, placing a memorial plaque, is the beginning of real mourning. In myth, And clinical psychology, mourning begins with action, not just feeling. Visualized physical acts prepare the mind to accept loss. That's why the cuff slips off after she protects Helen's body. It's as if the act of mourning loosens the tie to Zoja. Earlier, one cuff ring stayed on Zoja's wrist. The two of them were literally linked. I also argued before that Carol harbors an unconscious sexual attraction to Zoja. Even if their minds are distant, Carol physically reaches towards Zoja. The cuff was a physical binding of bodies. By making the choice to bury Helen with her own hands, Carol severs that binding and steps into a differently defined solitude. 6. Why this is risky storytelling. The show builds this revelation in coded layers rather than blunt exposition. Pluribus is precise, mechanical, and emotionally restrained, like the hive itself. That style can be brilliant, but it's tightrope. If the creators don't keep the balance, viewers may feel progressively detached. Without the emotional weight of suspense or overt affect, the cumulative shock can dissipate. I flagged this risk in my earlier analysis. The format is deliberate, but it's dangerous. The show must maintain a subtle tension to avoid audience fatigue. Thanks for watching Cinema Z. If you stuck around, I appreciate it. And if you want more deep dives on Pluribus, say so in the comments. Until next time, goodbye.